Hello and welcome back. Glad you're with me today. We're going to discuss the topic of dehydration and the symptoms, the health risks, and what you need to know to make this part of your habits and your everyday routine. Did you know that even mild dehydration can impact your energy, your mood, your overall health? A lot of people don't drink enough water every day, and the effects can be more serious than you think. I know that I've been problematic with that in my own history, and I want to share with you today some ways to change that. So, in this lesson, we'll talk about the adverse health effects of dehydration, the symptoms to watch out for, so how you know, and how to stay properly hydrated. I'm sure that most of you understand that hydration is essential. Just think about how long can you go without food? Well, Jesus went 40 days in the wilderness, and you know that you can go quite a while without food if you have to, but not so much with water. So if you start to be dehydrated and you lose water, just get a bad case of the flu and you can get dehydrated pretty quick and you can have substantial symptoms as a result. So water makes up the majority of our body. We're bathed in water. Every cell depends on it. Proper hydration is key for your overall health, function, and well-being. So what kind of things does it do? Well, water is very important to regulate your body temperature. It controls your cooling system. That's where perspiration comes in and changes your temperature and keeps that regulated. It's important for toxin removal. It maintains healthy joints and healthy skin because we're mostly water. It ensures proper brain function and energy levels. You need to flush out those toxins, and every cell is bathed in water. It's the medium in which all that waste flows out and the medium in which all the good things, the nutrition that you take in, flows in. So let's discuss what happens if you don't drink enough water. So we'll review what the symptoms are of dehydration, both the mild and moderate symptoms, and then the severe symptoms, and see if any of these have ever been ones that you have recognized in your own life. So dehydration doesn't just mean feeling thirsty. That may be a later sign for some of you. Here's some early and advanced symptoms to watch out for. In the mild to moderate category, and again, it's a continuum, it's a line, it's just not a well-defined category. Dry mouth, increased thirst, your urine can change color and become darker, more yellow, and you stop urinating as your body conserves the water that's on board. So if you don't urinate frequently, your body's trying to conserve that water, another sign of dehydration. You can also get headaches and dizziness as your fluids shift and change. And another symptom would be dry, cracked skin or cracked lips. Then as we move on to the severe symptoms, move in that direction, these are things that if you notice these, you should seek medical attention. If you have extreme thirst and confusion, a rapid heartbeat, increased breathing, you can tell, you look at someone, their eyes are sunken in, their skin is dry, and they've got low blood pressure, or they faint, or they have no urination at all, or the urine's very dark. That's a bad sign, and seek medical attention immediately. And if you ignore these symptoms, they can lead to serious health complications. Now, we can make the assumption that none of you are in that position presently, but it's possible, so keep an eye out for those, particularly if you're exercising a lot, out in the heat, working in the yard, etc., those sorts of things that can happen at a race on a long, hot day, that sort of thing. But typically here, what we're going to talk about in this course is the long-term health risks of dehydration, or we'll just say inadequate hydration. Chronic dehydration can have lasting effects on your body. And if you don't drink enough water regularly, consistently, you can experience some of the following health risks, which are avoidable. kidney problems and kidney stones. Water is necessary to flush out the toxins and the chemicals in your system that your body no longer needs. That's the purpose of your urine. You don't drink enough water, and you can develop urinary tract infections as those bacteria just sort of sludge and they're not moving. Or kidney stones, same thing. They cannot get out of your system rapidly enough and they start to consolidate and turn into stones. Things like uric acid or calcium carbonate, etc. Digestive issues. Dehydration can cause constipation, acid reflux, poor digestion, can cause joint pain and muscle cramping. You ever seen an athlete in the middle of a game has to stop and get his calf pressed and getting cramps, painful. Without enough water, you can have discomfort, stiffness, muscle strain, and you can also, over time, get weakening of the cartilage, which is a significant percentage of water. You can also get brain fog and poor concentration. Dehydration can affect your cognitive function, your memory, your mood, those sorts of things, and also carries with it heart health risks, because you can increase your blood pressure and decrease your circulation as a result. With that being said, what are some practical ways to stay hydrated? Well, there are many dangers associated with dehydration, and the chronic nature is common. So let's talk about how you can stay hydrated every day to avoid those complications. Obviously, drink water. Do so consistently throughout the day, not just when you're thirsty or not just at mealtime. Aim for every day 64 ounces, an 8-ounce glass every few hours or more if you're active and perspiring. So 64 ounces is what we're looking for. That's a gallon typically in a day. More depending on your size and your activity. You can also, if you don't have much to drink, you can add hydrating foods. There are many that have a significant percentage of water. Think watermelon, oranges, cucumbers, things like that will hydrate you if water sources themselves are not available. Limit your caffeine and alcohol intake. They can cause dehydration as your body attempts to move them out of your system, and it will take water with them. Carry with you a reusable water bottle. Remind yourself to drink regularly. Monitor your urine color. If it's clear or pale yellow, that may be a marker for adequate hydration. If it's darker, that may be a marker for inadequate hydration. And one caveat there is if you're taking a lot of the B vitamins, they're water soluble, they'll come out in your urine, and you may see it more yellow or even that vibrant yellow color. It may be less of a hydration issue and more of your body is eliminating the B vitamins that you no longer require or you're adequately stocked with because they're water soluble. Pretty straightforward. Some final thoughts on this subject. Your body is mostly water. So you need to remember to hydrate well and make it part of your routine. Can boost your performance. If you're dehydrated, you will perform more poorly. And we want to increase that ability to do everything that you need to do in an effective fashion. Also helps you keep your cognitive edge as your body uses that water to eliminate toxins from your brain. You'll be more focused and more clear mentally. It's a simple but powerful health strategy. Drinking enough water prevents a number of health issues that we've talked about today. So improve your focus, your cellular health, and prevent the long-term health issues associated with dehydration. Drink up, stay hydrated, be refreshed. Thanks. We'll see you next time.